Since my new book, The Plant Paradox Cookbook, released, I've been hearing from a lot of my subscribers. Now, most of the feedback has been outstanding. I really love seeing all of you sharing what you've made online. But a few folks have had questions, mostly really great questions. So today I want to take a minute and answer a few of the most common questions from the Plant Paradox Cookbook. Well, they come from the same plant, but they're pretty different. Tapioca is the starch that gets extracted from the root of the cassava plant through a lot of pureeing, washing, and evaporation. Cassava flour, on the other hand, is the whole root, simply dried and then finely ground. And while they're the same stuff, they absorb liquid differently. So you may find you need more tapioca starch than you would cassava flour. The texture is pretty different too. Cassava flour is more like a traditional flour, while tapioca flour is more like cornstarch. That's because cassava flour is high in fiber, where tapioca flour is not. It's the reason you can use cassava flour in things like tortillas and breads, where tapioca flour is better for thickening sauces. Now here's the thing about cassava and tapioca flour. They're not always labeled correctly. So if you've got something that feels like cornstarch, it's tapioca. If it feels like flour, it's cassava. Well, the simple answer is yes, they come from fruits and corn, though most xylitol actually comes from birchwood, and some erythritol comes from algae. But in this case, that doesn't matter. For one, recipes that feature xylitol or erythritol are the kinds of things you don't eat every day anyway, desserts. And it's a little like in-season fruit or a little dark chocolate. Moderation is the key. But more importantly, when xylitol and erythritol are extracted, the process gets rid of a lot of the lectins that would otherwise be in them, making them safer for you to eat. Now, some people find that these sweeteners upset their stomach, and if you're one of them, try swapping in monk fruit instead. It's a pretty straight one-to-one substitute, and for many people, it's easier on the gut. Nut allergies are a drag, especially if you're giving up lectins or gluten. It seems like so many healthy baking recipes feature nuts. But there's good news, because there are plenty of lectin-free swaps for almond flour that work pretty easily one for one. So if you're allergic to almond flour or if nuts aren't your thing, try cassava flour, coconut flour, or flaxseed meal. You can also try coffee flour if it's available, or even sweet potato flour. I promise, the options are out there, and they're pretty easy to find at stores like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, or often online. No, I didn't have a sudden change of heart. Beans and tomatoes do contain lectins. But it's true, you'll find them in my book. I just prepare them a special way. I pressure cook them. You see, the process of pressure cooking eliminates a lot of the lectins in food, so you can make the occasional dish with beans, tomatoes, even zucchini and potatoes, and not worry about your gut. Of course, even when pressure cooking, you should eat lectin-heavy foods in moderation, not all the time. But I understand, foods like pizza with tomato sauce and bean chili are delicious, and you're going to want to indulge every now and then. So, with those pressure cooker recipes, I tried to make it easier and healthier to indulge from time to time. And if you don't have access to a pressure cooker, try Eden brand of canned beans. They pressure cook their beans in the can to take care of those pesky lectins. And they're BPA free. Even better, they're pretty easy to find on grocery store shelves and are handy to keep in your pantry just in case. It's true, our ancestors didn't eat breakfast, at least not regularly. They were hunter-gatherer after all, and they ate food when it was available, not when they were hungry. But even though I really encourage intermittent fasting, in fact, there's a video right here on my YouTube channel, I understand some people are set in their ways and need breakfast in the mornings. And sometimes we all need something nourishing to start our day. So I've encouraged some healthy, delicious ways to kick things off, from classic omelets to breakfast salads. Yeah, really, breakfast salads. That way, even if you're not eating the way our ancestors did, you're eating for your health. And ultimately, that's what the Plant Paradox Cookbook is all about. Eating for your health without feeling like you're making huge sacrifices. Because I'm Dr. Gundry, and I'm always looking out for you. Thanks for watching. Click the circular channel icon to subscribe and make sure you don't miss a single video. Click on the left to watch another great video, and don't forget to visit my website for more of my best tips. Because I'm Dr. Gundry, and I'm always looking out for you.